we were building the first pre-stressed concrete bridge on the Western Hemisphere. No one had ever built one. See, the United States had never built one single little structure. They had had observers in Germany and in France during the war, but the United States is very strict on their construction rules, see? And they don't want to change it. You know, they had to change everything in the cities and in the counties and the states, and they wanted to make sure before they changed to pre-stressed concrete, because they didn't have enough faith in it, while in Germany and France had already done a lot of work. The first story of this, where the Americans had to wake up to what pre-stressed concrete was, during the war, one of the French generals in the Air Force, he says, I'm not going to build this strip that you people want, 25 or 20 inches thick, double reinforced. Oh, no, he said, we don't have that money to waste. The Americans said, we're not going to land our big fortress on anything but that. He said, you don't need to, because you people don't know how to build airports. Oh, don't tell us that. He says, well, I'll show you. And he went and showed him. He had a runway with little squares about 1 yard, or say 1 meter square, with a bunch of little cables running right through from one end to another one. And only about 4 inches thick. And the American general says, oh, no, I'm not going to risk one of my planes landing on that thing. He says, well, why don't you have an old one that doesn't make much difference, loaded with sand, things like that, no pilot, and land it and see the results. Well, I'm willing to make the test. I said, but it's going to be a catastrophe. They think, no, General, you're wrong. He did land and he saw that nothing happened. See, the principle of the pre-stressed concrete, he understood it, but it's like a lot of things today. People understand it, but they don't believe in it. Mm-hmm. That was the story of how pre-stressed concrete started in many parts of the world. See? And eventually, the government decided to build a pre-stressed concrete bridge across the Pánuco River. The Pánuco River is a wide river near Tampico. You know, Tampico is one of the big ports on the Gulf. See? And, well, no one had built one before, so the government had to design it, but they designed it according to a lot of the German rules and this and that. And the government told me, yeah, I had the opportunity to build it. We were going to use for the first time on the Western Hemisphere.